Hey friends, welcome to Creative X. My name is Brad Hussey, and I have not given up. I have but merely given in. Also known as my wife did not see my costume choice for this video, so hence this is what you get. So, just like this outfit, this hat, the curls on the mustachio, some of them are gonna stick around, AKA probably the mustache. And some of them are probably not gonna stick around, AKA the Aloha shirt and my painter's hat. Just like these trends. Today we're gonna be talking about the biggest design trends of 2022 so far. So let's dig in and see what's going on. So this is the Shaping Design blog by Editor X, and whoever is behind this, hit me up and let's talk on the show because you are amazing. This is so cool. This design, this style, this vibe, I love it. This in and of itself is a trend. It should just be called Editor X Trend. Amaze. So we're already halfway through 2022 and it's clear what the digital design trends are, which ones are leading the way so far. So in 2022, the digital designers of the world are going all in on color, on experience, on creating rich spaces for an ever more hybrid way of living. I think that's a nice way of saying we spend way too much time on our phones. That said, while the rest of the year is still loading, get it, loading screen, here are the undeniable design trends taking over our screens right now. Let's see what's up. This year's trends in review. So what do we got? We got the Metaverse mayhem, digital fashion, web kitsch, 3D interactive elements, dopamine color palettes, 3D lettering, and Zen energy, or as I would probably say, Zenergy. Trend number one, the Metaverse mayhem. I don't know if I'm all down with this whole Metaverse thing. I already think that we got problems enough as it is glued to our screens. To be immersed in our screens just sounds like a disaster. Okay, close your eyes, click. Okay, so we got like Nike Land, Musée des Centrales, and Wendy's. Let's go Wendy's, because Papa's got a hankering for like a Baconator right now.
This is a tasty burger.
All right, let's look at the Wendyverse. What's this? Greetings from the Wendyverse. Can I eat a burger in the Wendyverse? Because I don't know how much I care for that. I don't know, maybe it's someone's cup of tea, someone's cheeseburger, I don't know. Maybe somebody can help me understand why this is a good thing for humanity. I'm not sure. But that said, putting my own opinions aside on that, I actually think in terms of designing and creating spaces and immersive spaces, yes, I understand virtual reality. These are things that we're incorporating, that people are gonna, moving into the future, we're probably gonna be using these things more, whether for business or communication or whatever. Anyway, moving on. Trend number two, digital fashion. Okay, so as you can tell, I am quite the fashionista myself. But this person here is either groundbreaking or fell off a building into the Michelin Man. I'm not sure, but hey, digital fashion, I think what we got going on here is like digital clothing. Let's see, it's been around in some form since users first started logging online decades ago. The pixelated 2D outfits of the early 2000s and is very different from 2022. What do we got? Fashion shows aren't just in New York, Milan, and Paris. This year, virtual platform Decentraland held its first Metaverse Fashion Week. So I get it, with the whole Metaverse and virtual reality, okay, we got like digital fashion shows, and that's like kind of neat. And I think it possibly could create more opportunities for people. Like if this is what we're doing and we're embracing it, and we're immersing ourselves in this, at least in the digital sense, there's probably going to be people who are designing the sets and programming the experience and creating that. And there's going to be, managers, and there's going to be a whole series of opportunities probably in this whole space. Like here we got here, it's like just like a 3D avatar of, clothing. So then you get to be like digital clothing designers. That's pretty interesting. Trend number three, web kitsch. This is kind of the one I was excited to read about. So fashion and web design are also colliding when it comes to aesthetics. Y2K nostalgia is everywhere. Designers are taking on the less polished aesthetic of the early days of the web, when it was way less templatized, less corporate, and decidedly more weird. Yes, it was absolute chaos. The web back then was more weird. Let's check it out. Let's see what we got here. That means web design is intentionally lo-fi. That's cool. Default fonts, system fonts, pattern backgrounds, more pixelated, old school browser windows, super neat, simple layouts, decorative sticker icons, smiley faces, butterflies that convey an amateur look, even if the designer is anything but. So to be able to do this Y2K web kitsch sort of like lo-fi look well, you actually have to be a good designer, which is kind of funny because none of us were good designers when we were like making our MySpace profiles and like we knew how to like hack some HTML inline CSS. So these three, Ryan Haskins, Kurt Champion, and Esther Rubanovich. Ryan Haskins, fine art. Even that's like super 90s. Fine. Home, press, world famous graphic designer to the stars. Vice. Oh, look at this. This is so hard to experience and it's lovely at the same time. Sushi snob. So graphic designer, okay. Look at this, scrolling ticker tape of these like really kitschy graphics. This is shockingly concerning and awesome. Look at these. This is like what posters looked like and like brochures and all this stuff. It's like they're just doing this unironically. Hard to look at and you can't look away at the same time. I love it. So if I were to click on something like sushi snob, what happens? Look at this, big system fonts. This is so shocking. Fascinating. Kurt Champion. This is so crazy. Look at this. Fun stuff. You can filter them out. That is so cool. This is great. I love it. Now, this one, I kind of want to check. This is crazy. Ezzy Rub. I don't know how to pronounce this properly, but this site is incredible. And look at this. You click, you change the cursor, and it sticks all around the site. It is so crazy. It's so good. Ticker tapes that are also links with these pop-up kind of dialogue windows to show you the profile or the portfolio piece. Look at this stuff. If I click this, what is it? A poetry book consisting of poems generated by AI based on Tinder bios and illustrated in Microsoft Paint. The beautiful love poems that came out sum up an entire generation. Uh-oh, I don't know if we should look at this. Swipe right. I love how Ezzy, forgive me if I'm getting the name wrong, uses this as just a playground to just experiment and just create cool digital like stuff. Build a Kylie. Oh, I love it. Trend number 4, 3D interactive elements. This year, interactive 3D renderings are becoming even more commonplace as designers bring the in real life feeling of physical products to 2D screens. The popularity of these elements is also a sign of things to come, fueled in part by pandemic restrictions and the new AR, augmented reality, and virtual reality tech. Our real and online worlds are becoming one holistic space where the internet is more three-dimensional and our everyday that is much more clickable. Very interesting. So yeah, I am seeing more of these 3D elements. They're even hinting at it here in the user interface. And they're just kind of showing these examples of these 3D renderings that honestly are creating really cool opportunities for motion designers. There's only going to be more need for these designers who create in the 3D space as virtual reality becomes more commonplace in the web. Trend number 5, dopamine color palettes. First, there was dopamine dressing, as in dressing in colorful happiness inducing hues. Now the trend is making its way from fashion to our screens. Okay, bright, bold, vivid color palettes are all over the web right now, and that makes sense considering how exhausting and demoralizing the past few years have been, inspired by the reemergence of the 70s era psychedelia and need for happier hues. Sites are serving a rainbow of colors to dazzle and delight the eye. I do see this more. This to me reminds me very much of Apple. You can see the colors that are being used at each of these points to create this gradient. It's kind of neat, showing you the interactivity that you can build into your Editor X site very easily. Let's check out Decentralized and see what's happening. Looks like another one of those kind of anti-design brutalist style sites, more anti-design. All the objects below will relate to a chosen design category. Click on the brush to learn more about it. Ooh, CD-ROM. Who remembers the CD-ROM? This really reminds me of like elementary school when we were given access to the tech lab, the computer lab. We were able to play on the computers and just like create total nonsense. This is what those children became adults, became professional designers, and then we created this stuff. Fun. Anyway, that was all about color. Let's check out Mir Design Studio or Mire. Lots of fun colors here. I think it's meant to make me happy. I mean, to each their own. I have my own personal design preferences. I do appreciate the use of color. Broken image there. Uh-oh. But, you know, fun stuff. Like, I appreciate the fun color, and I think it's for the right project, for the right website, for the right brand, for the right experiment. Sure. I think that, you know, that's the right choice. Trend number 6, 3D lettering. This is fun. In 2022, designers aren't restricting type to 2 dimensions. They're making it 3D. Corporate minimalism is making an appearance. Let's see. Oh, it's getting rid of, replacing the corporate minimalist. So I find that interesting. Minimalism at one point was this really kind of edgy, like, we're going minimalist. This is what the kitschy, cool, crazy, talented designers are stripping away everything on the site and leaving just the bare bones. It's minimalism. And it became a movement. And then it became corporate. And then it became blah. And then now the response to it is this stuff. It's just like, it's interesting to see like the phases and the waxing and waning of trends and phases in the cultural zeitgeist and how designers express, you know, things in digital form. I mean, cool. That's cool. I like this one. BMW Born Electric. It's just kind of a neat style. I think that's done well. You can see it here too. That's pretty cool. It looks like real, but it's very digital. That's fun. I like it. Zen energy or Zenergy, mental health. Let's see. Designers are manifesting the look with calming color palettes. Let's see. Soft light, biophilia, muted gradients, interstitials. I mean, these words sound relaxing. Interstitial. Considering the stress of the past few years, makes sense that calming aesthetics. Okay. It's clearly that like design has responded and rebounded from the craziness that's happened. And I think it's affected people in lots of interesting, bad, good, negative, all sorts of ways. And I think we're seeing that in a very interesting way. And so people are looking for something fun, interesting, light, happy, crazy, wild. And I think it is an outlet. I think design can be an outlet for, you know, expressing your feelings, your response to things. And I think, you know, take my shirt and my mustache and my hat, for example. Mooey. Let's click on this one and see what's going on with that. Mooey.com. Oh, I like that typography. So far, I'm liking this. Ooh, this is nice. We got that kind of bit of a design. We got a noisy background. Oh, I'm going on an experience. Oh, there's sound. I'm not going to turn on the sound, but I think scroll to discover. Oh, this is so nice. I love the kind of mix of like the stop motion kind of lo-fi animation with also the really nice animation. Hortensia. I don't know about you, but I certainly would not sit on that chair. Very interesting. Scroll for more. Yes, please. Oh, it's coming at me. Oh, wow. This is very neat, actually. Very, very relaxing. Wow. Like, and this is an e-commerce site. I think you can click on it and buy these items. What is this? Room fragrance and the moon. More to come. I mean, wow. Maybe Zenergy is my new favorite design style. What's next for digital design? Let me know what you think. Clearly, this is like a trend, and I know this is coming from a more artistic standpoint, but I think it's important to look around the edges because it's around those edges that those people are pushing design and pushing styles, and they're exploring things. And then some of that stuff falls off the edge, and some of that stuff goes away, but some of that stuff gets kind of embraced into, you know, the commonplace. Just like minimalism was once on the edge, and it was weird. Why would you do that? But it kind of started to be embraced, and then it became really popular, really commonplace in short order too, in a matter of like 5 years. And now designers are like, ew, minimalism, that's for like corporate, you know, brands. It's too, let's do something wild. And I appreciate that. But I want to know what you think. Let me know what you think about this. What's sticking around? What's not? What do you want to see more on this channel? And also, there's a place for you in the Creative X crew. It's our community of designers, freelancers, agency owners, makers, and no-code enthusiasts. Join us. The link's in the description below. We meet every week for office hours, and it's a ton of fun. I want to see you there. Subscribe to the channel, like this video if you like my mustache, and we'll see you in the next one.